Why your boyfriend always looking for me? Is he Jesus?
We present to you Rome Productions.
What's good, everybody? If you're a first time viewer of my content and of this video, like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today, as you see in the title, we are going to be doing a reaction video over Black Panther star Letitia Wright. And she is I'm assuming she's one of those black British actors, you know, and they take on the roles that a lot of us black people in America love. As you can see, some of these people that you may be familiar with, these are black British actors. Anyways, have nothing against them because they do some great work. So basically, she goes on talking about how she went on her journey to find Jesus. Now, I really want to get down to this because I really want to know where do they be finding Jesus? But we're going to get to that, all right? We're going to get to that in a second. I haven't seen this video. I've seen probably like the first 10 seconds of it, and I figured this will be a good reaction video, great content for YouTube. So let's get into it.
I was going through a very difficult time in my life, and I just needed to take a break from acting because I really idolized it. So I came off from it and I went on a journey to discover God and my relationship with God, and I became a Christian, and it really just gave me so much love and light within myself, and so much I felt secure, and I felt like I didn't need validation from anyone else or from getting a part. My happiness wasn't dependent on that. It was dependent on my relationship with God.
Because as an actress, you are judged.
Yes, you are.
All the time,
yes.
by producers, yes, by social media.
And did that help,
critics.
that break? Have you come back to acting thinking, I love my work, I love my job, but it doesn't define me completely?
Exactly, and I'm centered in who I am, and I'm really grateful. I'm not perfect, especially as a Christian, you're not perfect, you know, but you're walking every day and trying to just stay connected.
So, fun story. Somebody actually sent me this because they thought that I was going to react to this whole scenario here. I'm going to be respectful though because I love Letitia. Okay, I didn't say her name right the first time, so I apologize for that. Letitia Wright. I love her work. I love her as an actress. She did great in Black Panther. So let's get into the basis of what she talked about. She felt like a lot of things were a burden to her, right? She felt like when it came to her acting career that a lot of things were getting to her. She didn't feel like she was doing her best, so she took a break from acting to go and find God. Now that she feels like she's found Jesus or she's found God, she feels like a lot of weight is carried off her shoulders to the point where she is not defined by what people say about her, nor does she care about what people say about her, because she only cares about what her God has to say about her. Now, I can actually relate to this because back in 2019, for people who've been following me for a very long time, back in 2019, I went through my Hebrew phase. And before I went through my Hebrew phase, I was considered a black nationalist, Garveyite, all type of stuff, right? You name it. And what was going on here was that when I fell out, and the reason why I fell out was because I got into it with one of these pro-black men, right? That I was supposedly good friends with for a couple of years. I was good friends with his wife at the time. And what went on was that when I saw the backlash I was getting from people, you know, because the person that I got into it with was trying to accuse me of taking out his page, being a sellout, all this type of stuff, right? And so what ended up happening was that the people that I thought were on my side, people that I thought were close to me, friends with me, that I was cool with, it just completely, the tables completely turned. So with everything being turned against me, with all the stuff being said about me, all this type of things, and it got to me, right? You would think that because of the type of platform that I carry, all this type of stuff, that I wouldn't care about what people had to say about me. But when the people that I thought were closest to me turned against me, the people that I thought were in my inner circle was, there was fake. That's basically how I saw that. And so when I saw all this going on, and I was my name being dragged in the streets, all this type of stuff, because I had this successful pro-black page taken down, allegedly. I took a break. I took maybe 3 weeks, maybe almost a month of a break from social media. And what ended up happening was that on the side, I was studying the Bible. I was studying the metaphysics and all the type of stuff concerning the Bible, because this Hebrew man that I knew at the time kept informing me about certain information concerning the Bible. Long story short, I got into being a Hebrew, got into my Hebrew phase, and what ended up happening was that I was dependent upon the perception of God, or Yahweh, or Yahuwah. I was dependent upon the perception of God outside of me, to the point where I didn't have a identity for myself. I didn't define myself. I let something outside of me define myself. I was so inferior subconsciously, and I was so dependent subconsciously, that I had to find something outside of me to define me, so that the things that were said about me, things that were attacking me, couldn't get to me. And I say this respectfully, that is weak. And I say this respectfully because I was there. For somebody to say something about you, for somebody to attack you and drag you and all this type of stuff, and then you be like, I don't care what y'all got to say because my God this and my God that. I don't care what y'all got to say because as long as I'm righteous in his eyesight, I don't care what none of y'all have to say. And that's what I would say. I would post stuff like this, like, all I'm concerned with is doing the work of the Most High. Now that I'm the omnious Roan, I understand who I am. I understand that I am supreme consciousness within a body, and I have the ability to create whatever I see fit and do what thou wilt, which means to fulfill my purpose. So once I understand that the particular God that I was worshiping was within me all this whole time, now I define myself. I am that I am. And because I have identified with I am, I no longer am fazed by what people have to say about me. I'm no longer fazed about a post, a tweet. I'm no longer fazed when people within my inner circle leave, or people within my inner circle turn their back on me. Now, this might sound harsh, but it's the truth. This might sound insensitive, but it's the truth. I'm no longer fazed by these things because I know who I am now. I have an identity. I have found knowledge of self. I'm no longer on this pilgrimage to try and discover God, because God was here this whole time. I'm no longer trying to look and please something outside of me that was within me this whole time. I'm no longer trying to give praise and admiration to the Most High, when the Most High dwells within the body of man. And so once I identify with the God within, the only person that I'm supposed to please is the person I see in the mirror every day. And aside from Letitia, because I'm not talking about her, but a lot of people who are in religion have low self-esteem. A lot of people can't identify themselves aside from something outside of them. They just have to identify with something outside of them in order for them to be somebody. I'm this, and I got all these titles, and I'm son of God, I'm son of Zeus, I'm the goddess Oshun, all this type of stuff. They have to identify with something outside of themselves because they can't even define themselves. I'm Haru, I'm son of Osiris, and I have nothing against people who want to call themselves that. Let me make a disclaimer. You call yourself the goddess Oshun and the goddess Yameya, and you say that you're the incarnation of Ishtar. By all means, do you. All right. I understand the science behind it and the metaphysics behind it. I'm speaking for specifically people who can't identify themselves, and they have to subscribe to a certain religion, or subscribe to a certain spirituality, or subscribe to a certain belief system in order to find an identity, in order to define themselves and have some form of confidence. And I understand that there are levels to this, so everybody is not going to adhere to this, nor are people going to actually do that, because a lot of people have found their identity in spirituality. But that's all I have to say for this video today. Much love and respect to Letitia Wright for discovering God, finding, going on her spiritual journey to find what she needed to find in order to be the best person that she is possible. Being the omnious wrong to have respect for all forms of religions and spiritualities. So for her to find her source in which she is to be the best person possible in this world, I have all, I pay all my respect and homage to that, But share your thoughts in the comment section below concerning the whole matters at hand. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with other people. Until next time, I'm Tyrone, and I am out.
It's just me, myself, and I. Ride it, dolo, hit me up, might not reply. Feeling focused, got my optics on the life. Feel on the prize, you compromise, go suicide. I pay the price, it's just me, myself, and I. Ride it, dolo, hit me up, might not reply. Feeling focused, got my optics on the life. And on the prize, you compromise, go suicide. I pay the price, hey.